Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today is take 2 of this video because I recorded this video yesterday, but my camera crashed. So I'm doing it again today. So today I wanted to hop on the trend that's been going around, which is 2016 versus 2026. But I was not doing makeup in 2016 because I was a bit too young. I was 13, so I was not allowed to wear makeup, but I just wanted to try a bit. So I found the Carly Bible makeup tutorial from 2016 that I wanted to recreate on one side of my face, and on the other side of my face I wanted to do my take on the thing. So I'm going to use the same products, same colors, just different placement to see how it goes. And I did that yesterday, and I can tell you that the difference is pretty big. 2016, they used to do brows first. I'm not used to that, but I'm gonna do that today. I do not have a brow pomade, so I'm just gonna use my eyebrow pencil and eyebrow gel to try to recreate that look. Okay, so I think that's the kind of brow that they were doing. And then they would take concealer, flat brush, like this. They would trace the whole eyebrow. So that's what we're gonna do. Like a shirt you never wear, forgotten somewhere. Okay, so that's for the bottom. And then they would do the same on the top. We've got our brow, and then wow, that's a big brow, but I think that's how they were doing it. Okay, now we're gonna put foundation, so I'm gonna do that on both sides because I personally do my brows after, so I'm gonna do that after. So in 2016 they would put a ton of foundation. So usually I put 1 pump for my whole face, but they would put a lot, so I'm gonna put 2 pumps for one side. And so the aim is not to touch the brows, but just kind of blend the concealer. And then for concealer, they would use a beauty blender, which I don't have. Contouring was the hype, so we're gonna do that. So they would put it like this, all the way down, and then on the nose, on the chin, on the forehead, and then again here. Yeah, I think that's how they were doing it. So we're gonna blend the concealer. Turns out well that my concealer is a bit too light for me, because for the contouring thing it's gonna look perfect. And they were also dragging the concealer on the lid because they didn't know eye primer back then. Now we're gonna bake, because that was a big thing in 2016. So hopefully I have a loose powder, and let's bake. And so they would bake here and here. And then with the rest of the puff, I'm just gonna powder the rest of my face. We're gonna do foundation and concealer on my side, so the 2026 side. So as I said, I would use 1 pump for the whole face, so I'm gonna try to put half of a pump on the brush. And with foundation, I just try to cover the redness, but I don't try to hide my skin. I like to be able to see the skin underneath, because I have like freckles, and I think it looks nice to see a bit the skin. Like just to embellish my skin, but not to hide it. And then for concealer, I just use it where I need it, basically. So just a bit under my eyes. And then here, because I have red spots, that's gonna be enough. Got nowhere to be. Okay, and so I don't bake, but I still use loose powder and a puff.
There's a miss, but you don't mind. You just laugh, let it fall.
Just to finish off the brows, I'm gonna put some brow gel on both sides.
But we take a sip, talk about nothing.
Okay, now we're gonna move on to the eyes, so I can take that baking off because it's already drying my face. So, to go back to that era, I took the Jaclyn Hill palette from Morphe, which is perfect for the 2016 makeup. So what I saw in the videos is that usually they would take a flat brush like this, no eye primer whatsoever, and then they would start with the shimmers on the lid and then go in the crease to work that out. First, I'm just gonna blend the concealer again a bit, and then we're gonna go in with the shimmers. So first, I'm gonna go in the inner corner with this pink, and then on the lid with this one next to it. So in the video, Carly Bible, she started in the inner corner like this. Then using the same brush, she took a darker pink and placed it on the lid. And then she took a fluffy brush, like so. She took a bronzed color, so I'm gonna use this one to create a crease. Then she intensified her crease with a darker, also copper, so I'm gonna use the one next to it. And she really kept it on the outer corner like so.
Like a love song on a worn out track.
And then she goes straight to eyeliner. So that's what I'm gonna do.
Feels like that.
And then she traces a line with her eye closed.
Feels like that. Na, 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 na. Feels like that.
As you can see, this liner does not suit my eye at all, but that's how they were doing it. So the wing looks nice, eyes closed, but with my eyes open, it looks terrible. Now that the liner is done, she goes in and takes a very kind of eggplant color, so I'm gonna use this one to kind of smoke the liner on the outer corner.
Here in this room, what did you do? I just can't get enough. Too caught up in your
Now she goes and apply false lashes, which I don't have. And then she takes again the first copper orange to go in the lower lash line. But she goes all the way.
but nothing seems to work on you. Yeah. You're the reason I'm going out of my
Some
I just can't stop thinking.
with a product I don't have, so I'm just gonna go ahead and use, as always, the liquid eyeshadow from Stila, which is kind of the same opalescent color as in her video. Now I can take off that baking, which is drying my face. Okay, and so for the 2026 eye, first I'm gonna apply a primer, because not to prime is a crime.
Yeah, maybe your break, boy, you're my weakness. Giving we take.
So I'm gonna use the same colors, just in a different order, and in I'm gonna also try to do a smoked liner to have the same effect. So I'm gonna go in that first copper shade, but I'm just gonna put it higher.
Rain wants you. I've been hanging by myself, asking for help.
And then I'm gonna drag it down.
Yeah, you always make me feel like oh yeah.
And then I'm gonna take the darker copper again to kind of trace where the liner is gonna go.
I just can't stop thinking about you.
And then to have a perfectly smoked liner effect, what I would do is take a black coal to really blend out the wing that I want to do. So
You're the reason I can't get out my head. I just can't stop thinking about you.
quickly before it dries, I take the same brush and then I'm just gonna blend it.
I just can't stop thinking about you.
And then once it's blended, I'm gonna take that dark eggplant color to really intensify that.
I just can't stop thinking about you.
And then also drag it down to the bottom lash line.
Where are you?
Now that this is done, I'm gonna take the flat brush like this again and use the same colors. So I'm first gonna go in with the darker pink. I'm gonna place all on the lid, but I'm gonna go higher than she did because of my eye shape. I have to go higher so that you can see it.
Picking your phone up. Why you messing my head?
And then the lighter pink in the inner corner.
Let me take you away. All I need is just saying yeah.
And then again, I take it higher up than she did. Now I'm gonna trace my liner.
So I wonder.
Okay, and then to trace my line, I'm gonna do it with my eye open like this. And then I'm gonna connect it with my eye open. So it looks weird, but when I open my eyes, you really see the difference between the two liners. So it looks like this liner does look pretty thick, but this is what fits my eye shape. So now we're gonna add the glitters again, and I'm gonna place it almost like her. Just again, I think I'm gonna go a bit higher. And so then mascara for this side.
Just to make sure we were up to date. Now it's closer to 11
and so for the face, in 2016 they were doing a lot of contouring. So I do not have a contouring palette, but I found the Morphe X James Charles palette, and there's a perfect contouring shade for me, this one. So I'm gonna go ahead and contour my face. And then she also goes to her temples like this, and a bit on the forehead, but mostly on the cheeks. And then she also goes here like this. And then for the 2026 side, I'm gonna use the same shade, just different. So I wanna lift my face, so I'm gonna put it here. And then I also go in the temples, and then I go here. And now she goes and contours her nose. So she takes a fluffy brush, and then in the same shade, she kind of goes like this on her nose. Well, she does both sides, but I'm not gonna. And then she goes like this. I don't really contour my nose, I just take the same thing and just go a bit like this to kind of connect to the rest. It's a bit more blurry. And then she uses highlighter, so I'm going to be using the Fenty Beauty one. And then she uses that with a super tiny brush like this. She just puts it on her nose. So I'm going to try to do half of my nose. And then she goes on the bridge as well. Also goes on the cupid's bow. Then for blush, I'm gonna take the Tarte in the shade Exposed, which is this one, and then she puts it smiling on the apple of her cheek, so like this. There's too much powder, the blush does not want to stick. And for the 2026 side, I'm gonna place it again very high. and then kind of connect it to the shadows. And then I'm gonna take it also on the temples. And then I'm putting it a bit on the nose and on the chin. And then 2026, we like blush, so. And then I also take it a bit in the middle of the forehead, like so. And for highlighter, she does not put any on her cheeks, but I saw that in the 2016 videos. There were a lot. I put so much powder baking that the powders do not want to adhere. And then I just take a little bit and I drag it all the way to my lips. Now for lips, in 2016 I know that they would overline a lot. So she's using the lip kit, the Kylie Cosmetics lip kit, which I don't have. But I have a Charlotte Tilbury in the shade Pillow Talk, which is pretty close to the Candy K she's using. So I'm just gonna go and overline my lips. And then I'm gonna use the lipstick in the same shade. And so today what I would do is I would line my lips also, but not overline them. So I would do it like this. Like this, I would just tap the lipstick. So that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video of me trying to recreate a 2016 look versus my take on a 2026 version. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please tell me in the comments which version do you like more. I personally think both are very pretty. It's just that in 2026, I think we're more aware of our eye shape, face shape, and so contouring, blush placement, eyeshadow placement, and everything. It's more appropriate to each and every one of us. Whereas in 2016, there was one technique, which was this contouring, these eyes, and this was just the way everyone did it without really knowing about everyone's eyes and face shape. So I think it's great because both makeups look really good. It's just that this side looks more adapted to my shape rather than this one. So I hope you enjoyed this video and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye!